everybody, I'm Melissa Jones. I'm going to be talking about prompt 2 today. Alright, so I used a free book from Planet eBook, so if the page numbers don't match up on the quotes, sorry about that. Okay, so before I start this, let's keep in mind that this book was written in 1899. At this time, women were considered to be very inferior and they really didn't have any kind of rights in the world. So, of course, all of this has changed, but let's just go ahead and start. The first quote I'm going to talk about is on page 18. It's queer how out of touch with the truth women are. They live in a world of their own, and there has never been anything like it and never can be. It is too beautiful altogether, and if they were to set it up, it would go to pieces before the first sunset. Some confounded fact we men have been living contentedly with ever since the day of creation would start up and knock the whole thing over. So this quote goes to show that Marlowe believes women to be naive and overly idealistic. He thinks that they believe in a utopian world that, according to him, can never be possible. Saying like it would all go to pieces suggests that women are unable to hold themselves up in the world without the help of men. Second quote I want to talk about is on page 79. Marlowe is talking to Kurtz, and this is in reference to Kurt's lover. It says, "Girl? What? Did I mention a girl? She is out of it. Completely. They, the women, are out of it. Should be out of it. We must help them to stay in that beautiful world of their own, lest ours gets worse." Okay, so this one plays off of the first quote a little bit. When it says that we must help them to stay in that beautiful world of their own, it's once again talking about women being, too naive. He thinks that they need to be protected by men from the harsh reality of the real world. He also goes on to say that if women get involved, it'll only get worse. This goes to show that, he thinks women can be no help to anything. He believes that women are inferior, as I said earlier, and that they'll just make things worse if they try to get involved. The third quote I'm going to be talking about is on page 101. It says, "She walked with measured steps, draped in striped and fringed cloths, treading the earth proudly with a slight jingle and flash of barbarous ornaments. She carried her head high. Her hair was done in the shape of a helmet. She had brass leggings to the knee, brass wire gauntlets to the elbow, a crimson spot on her tawny cheek, innumerable necklaces of glass beads on her neck. Bizarre things, charms, gifts of witchmen that hung about her, glittered and trembled at every step. She must have had the value of several elephant tusks upon her." Alright, so in a way, this one can kind of be looked at as a little bit positive. He's describing her with such high value and almost just like a leader or a warrior with words like her hair was done in the shape of a helmet. But really, if you pay attention more to the end of this quote, she must have had the value of several elephant tusks upon her. Marlowe is just looking at this woman as an object. He sees her as the value of what she's wearing instead of as a person. It's a very objectifying thing to do. So while can look at this one kind of positively, it goes more to reinforce the idea that, Marlowe and Conrad are slightly sexist. That is all of the quotes that I had for the idea of sexism in Heart of Darkness, but let's go more into and talk about what exactly is the Heart of Darkness. So the Heart of Darkness is supposedly the darkness of Africa, meaning that it is uncivilized and ignorant, much like how women are given off to be. But by the end of the story, it's pretty clear that the real Heart of Darkness is the supposedly civilized white man, Marlowe and Kurtz. What they're doing is highly immoral and while they try to play it off as helpful and moral and perfectly humane, what they're really trying to do is control the African people and completely take over the area. So let's go into imperialism now, which kind of plays off of that. Marlowe agrees, he would agree that imperialism is a no-no. He would agree that it's a bad thing. So he tries to play it off as what they are doing is civilized and educating for the African people. But he clearly knows that imperialism is present in what they're doing. He just tries to play it off in order to stick with his morals. Kurtz, though, on the other hand, he doesn't care if imperialism is there. He doesn't care if it's morally wrong. What he wants is control. He really doesn't even try to pretend that what they're doing is okay. So, you can tell he wouldn't really care about imperialism or if what they were doing is morally wrong. All right, that's all I've got. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed The Heart of Darkness. Thanks.